Next, we have Brian Jones of Franklin Building Supply. Brian?
Yeah, can everybody hear me?
Hear you fine.
Yeah, so I'm the cabinet GM at Franklin Building Supply. We are a pro lumber yard located in Boise, Idaho, and we've got locations spread across the state of Idaho and into Nevada. We bought this program in early 2017, and really we're looking to keep track of parts, but not from a sorting standpoint, but we are a design firm with a panel process shop, and then we have a third party do all of our finishing. So we're moving lots of parts, custom parts. All of our panels we're sending them out of our facility into another facility, getting them finished and getting them brought back to us, along with another third party product being shipped to that same finisher and then brought back to us at the same time. So we were struggling with getting all the parts to the vendor that needed finished at the same time, aligned with all the other products that we're getting there at the same time, and then getting everything back here in time to go through final assembly and get on a truck so we could get them to our job sites and have an OTIF, or an on-time in full delivery. Our installers were extremely frustrated with the fact that they didn't have the stuff to do their job. It was creating just chaos in our organization, major frustration on almost all employees. We're hiring extra people trying to manage the chaos. And we were looking for something to say, hey, did we get everything on that truck? Did it actually ship? Did we get everything back when it came from the vendor? Did we actually receive everything in? And did we receive all the third-party components, whether it be crown moldings or cabinet doors? And do we have all those? And were we able to make the truck? And it was a major challenge for us, and a challenge almost to the point that we didn't know if we were going to be able to make it through the growth, because we had tried checklists and everybody trying to do everything to really try to make sure it was on there, but for some reason we just could not get it accurate. In Atlanta in 2016, I came across Production Coach, and I had been looking for quite some time, realized the software, and I was like, that is it. So our focus on initial install was we just want to be able to have a list and be scanning when we're shipping parts out, receiving parts in, and then shipping the truck and making sure that. And we were, the install went great. The gentleman that installed it, the amount of depth that he had of a manufacturing facility and cabinets had a huge impact on his ability to help with that install. It went amazingly well. And we were creating lists and scanning, and within a couple days, it was actually quite impressive. And we've been able to manipulate Cabinet Vision to create the list that we want in Production Coach on the front end, and the flexibility that Production Coach offers is got a huge effect on our ability to really manage that list all the way down to fast caps and shelf pins and every item you can imagine. We have figured out how to get on that list and itemize on that list. And today, when you look at the system, it's a rarity that we don't ship a cabinet job in full. We're doing 2 to 3 kitchens a day, and it's had a huge impact on our financial success, our team environment, their ability to know what to do and when to do it and how to do it, and the real true functionality of that and the priorities of that. And so today, I mean, there's no way we could do the volume that we do today and that we're looking to do. We're in the process of looking to double our capacity again, and we've already got equipment on the way and arriving to be able to go to six sets of cabinets and with just a couple different tweaks of equipment. And there's no way we could keep track of the 70,000 pieces that we cut and move a day, let alone 140,000. So keeping track has been great. And then as we've gone, once we got that figured out, we kind of started at that end and then brought back in. And so one real thing that ties into the impact on an organization and the lead times was the calendar section of Production Coach, which allows us to say, hey, here's the process when everybody should be doing these things. If this is your day, here's your day. We've been able to define capacity at almost a certainty that we can pull it off and shorten our lead times. we were running lead times that were 8, 10, 12 weeks out, and then still struggling to have them complete. Today, we've got a 2-week process time, a 3-week lead time that we can hit with no problem, even at that volume, and have been able to accomplish that because of the clarity of the organization to the individuals. Production coaches allowed us to have the employee that's actually doing the work and doing the added value for our end user has the ability to go to the calendar and say, this is what I have on the books today. I got to have this done. And we've made a commitment to them when we went to this that we would not commit more work on any given day than they could actually do. We didn't want to overwork them. We were running in this transition up to 2 shifts and 16 hours a day. And in the last 12 months, we've been able to shrink that down to 8 hours a day and actually only 6 hours of actually manufacturing time with 20 less people than we had before. And a substantial 20% growth in that time period. So the effects on lead times and organization and the overall picture, there's no way we could do that. And for us, the ability to use the calendars to drive production scheduling and to give the clarity to each individual so they can find what they need to do has been priceless. I mean, it has really had a huge effect on our business.
Wow. Nice report, Brian. I didn't realize that it impacted you that much. So you literally downsized your production team by 20 people and increased your production by 20%, went from 2 shifts to 1 shift. Did I hear all that right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it has had a crazy impact. My production manager, when I said I wanted to go to a 2-week lead time, he's been in the cabinet business for years. His dad owned a cabinet shop with him growing up. And he looked at me and said I was absolutely crazy with that approach. And today, when we say what we do, when we've toured some shops, and they always say, is that really possible? He's like, it's funny to watch him talk about it because he says, I know it doesn't sound doable, but we do it every day. So I know it's possible because it's just challenging that status quo.
Yeah, interesting. Well, Brian, thanks for your information and your report.